See if you can draw that energy all the way down to the toes. As you exhale, that energy is rising, you're releasing back out through the nose. And let's do that a few more times. Inhaling all the way down to the ground beneath you. Exhaling back out. One more. We're going to start to rotate the right arm when you're ready. Rolling it backwards and then rolling it forwards. And then do the same with the left arm. So circling it backwards and then rolling it forwards. We're now going to do both arms together with a bend at the knees. So it's this movement, bending, circling those arms. And we're going to do the same thing forwards, keeping that bend in the knees, swinging the arms forwards, getting those shoulders moving, that neck. And then bring your hands onto your hips, take your feet a little wider, and then just start to circle the knees and the hips. So whatever way feels good. You can keep a bend, you can have the legs more straight. Should be a bit of clicking and releasing, working into that hip joint, that knee joint, and then circle the opposite way. That clicking is actually the floorboards beneath me. My hips are not quite that bad. So let's just do one more circle and release. Just give everything a shake. Give everything a pat. And that circulation going even down to our head. Awaken the head, the arms, shoulders, tummy, hips, and release. Let's come to the top of our mat. So feet together now at the top of your mat. We're going to do our Surya Namaskar. So let's inhale, breathe in, reach up, and then exhale, fold down. Take that head and spine long. Step back with that right foot. Let's drop our knee for a moment. Push into those hips as you bring up your arms. So really push into the hips without dipping into the back. Stretching the arms long. Plant the hands down. We're going to step it straight back to our plank or drop our knees if we need. And then we're going to slowly lower to our mat. Let's relax our toes. Inhale to our cobra. Really pull those shoulders back. And then exhale into our down dog. Take that pedal here, that walk, pushing the toes into the mat, bending and releasing those heels down. Maybe just give the head a little shake here, let the neck go. Finding the breath, nice and long again into the body. We're going to step forward with our right foot, drop our left knee down this time, bring up the arms, reaching upwards. Framing that right foot as you step your left foot in, back to your forward fold. Inhale, let's rise up all of the way, bring the palms together. Exhale, take that twist right hand back, left hand forwards. Inhale, back to center. Let's take that twist the opposite way, hips sustain forward. And inhale, rise. Exhale, let's fold all the way back over those legs. That long spine. Stepping that left foot back, drop that left knee down, low lunge, bringing up the arms. Framing that right foot, let's step it back to our plank. Taking that lower down to our mat. Breathe to cobra. And exhale, down dog, either holding or pedaling. Whatever feels good this morning. Maybe taking that sigh out of the mouth. We're going to step forward with that left foot, drop that right knee down, low lunge, bringing up the arms, Pushing into those hips a little. And then framing that left foot, step that right foot in and fold. Inhale, rise all of the way up. We're going to take a twist left, left hand back, right hand forwards. Inhale, center. Take that twist the opposite way. Inhale back to center. And this time exhale to your heart. Take the hands behind you, link the fingers, pull the arms back, take a little bit of distance in the feet, inhale, and as you exhale, fold over the legs, palms facing up, squeezing the hands behind you. Breathe into those shoulders, the back of the legs. One more breath. Drop your hands to your mat, either taking hold of the big toe or taking hold behind your legs. Let's inhale, long spine. And then exhale, fold. Let's do that again. Inhale, long spine. Really push the spine upwards. And then exhale, fold. Do that one more time. Inhale. Exhale, dropping down. Getting ready to step back right and left foot into your plank pose. Lower down to your mat. Roll up to your cobra. And this time sit back to your heels in child's pose. We're going to take a walk over to the right side as far as we can. Left hand on top of right and drop that head back down. Let's breathe along that left side of the body. Picking up the head, walking left. Maybe that right hand is on top of the left as you drop your head back down. Make sure the hands and the elbows are on the ground as well. You're not hovering or holding. Coming back to center. Let's roll onto our hands, push our hips down to our mat, and then push back up and head back to our heels. So we're starting to use our arms and our shoulders as we push down, bending at the elbows. We push back up, we sit back to those heels. Let's do one more. Elbows are tight to the body as you lower down. You push it back up. You sit back to the heels. This time we lower all the way down to our mat. We come into Bhujangasana Cobra and we head into our down dog. Take that inhale in, that sigh out. Just let it all go. Let's squeeze back our right leg. Let's inhale that knee into the chest and hover and hold. Feeling that core working, the obliques, the arms, shoulders. One more breath. And then drop your knee between your hands. That knee should be a little further over to the right hand. That big toe over to the side of your mat. And let's walk our left leg back. Coming up onto our fingertips. Maybe linking those fingers again, pulling the arms back. Opening into the shoulders and the chest. And we're going to release all the way down to our mat. Sending those arms long. Dropping the head down. You can grab your block if you need it. And once you're there, just take a little wiggle side to side. So push into that left hip and push into that right hip. Just a few times each side. And then finding that balance in the center of your mat. Send that breath to where it needs to go. When you're ready, we're going to roll it back up. An option to kick back and hold that foot with your right hand, holding on to that left foot. Just an option, we don't need to take it. We release, we frame that knee, we step it back into our down dog. Push back into those heels. We're going to squeeze left leg back. Getting ready to bring that knee in towards the chest and hold here. Really pull that knee tight towards you. One more breath. We drop that knee towards our left wrist. Big toe side of the mat and shuffle that right leg back. Coming up onto those fingertips, maybe staying just where we are, or that option to link the fingers, pulling the shoulders back. Just finding your balance in your pose. Release the hands, let's take that walk down our mat. Dropping forehead down, taking that shuffle side to side, just delve into each hip. Hold wherever you need to. And then find that central point. Resting in Kapotasana pigeon pose. We take that slow walk back up. We might be staying where we are. We might be kicking back and taking hold with our left hand onto that foot. Release, frame that knee. Let's step it back into our down dog. Pushing back, holding here. Step the feet wide over to the side of your mat. Let's come down into our squat. I'm going to turn, but stay as you are. Pushing the elbows into the knees, dropping that sacral joint lower to the ground. Grabbing your block if you need to. We're going to keep our right hand down and open up with our left arm. Taking that twist. You can always take a bind where you take that right hand back and that left hand back to meet it. Either way, you're twisting to that left knee. Release. Drop that left hand down, open with your right arm, twisting, turning towards that right hand or right knee, or take that bind on the other side. Pulling that right arm back. Releasing, planting the hands down on your mat, so you're still facing the front of your mat. Push into the legs, straighten the legs, fold over both legs. We're going to take a walk down our mat so we come back into our plank pose. Shoulders over the hands. Let's drop our hips in our upward dog. Let's push it back into our down dog. Dropping the hips down. Pushing it back. And again, drop those hips. And push back. Take that walk, that step, that jump to the top of your mat and fold. Let that head feel heavy. Let's roll it all of the way up. Palms together. Exhale, heart center. Let's inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. Long spine when you're ready. Stepping back right and left into plank. Lower down to your mat. Roll into your cobra. And exhale into down dog. Pause and take that breath. We're going to squeeze that right leg back. We're going to step it top of the mat, in, out, high lunge. Bringing up those arms. Taking the hands back behind us. Once again, we can link our fingers, we can hold our elbows, or we can keep our hands on our hips. We're going to start to fold in a humble warrior. Maybe bringing those hands up if we're holding. Maybe keeping the hands on the hips, but we can still lower. Squeezing the shoulders back. We release, we start to bring those arms back up. And we open into our warrior two. We reach with that right hand, we plant it down to the ground or our block. We send that left arm long. Opening into that side body. Plant both hands down, swing back onto the toes of that left foot and open with your right hand, taking that twist. Framing that right foot, let's step it to plank. Lower down, roll it up and push back into your down dog. Pause and take that breath. We're getting ready to squeeze that left leg back. We're stepping forward, top of the mat. That high lunge, the other side, bending into that left knee. Reaching long with those arms. Squeezing the hands back, taking hold wherever you're at. Inhaling. Exhale, fold. Humble warrior. Inhale, rise up. And open into your warrior two. We're going to reach with that left hand, drop it down to the ground. Send that right arm long, turning your gaze upwards. Dropping both hands down, turning onto the toes of that right foot. Right hand stays down and left arm lengthens. Framing that left foot, last plank here, step it back. Lower down, roll it up. And sit back into your child's pose, resting the head down. You have that option of taking the arms alongside you. Just letting the shoulders open. When you're ready, take a roll upwards. If you can, sit down between the heels. If not, grab your block. We're going to walk our hands back, plant the hands down, fingers facing forwards. Squeeze those shoulders one last time. And that option of pushing up into the hips. Keeping that chin tucked in, or feel free if you want to take your head back. Squeezing the glutes. And dropping back down. Send the legs out in front of you. We're going to keep that right leg long. So let's just make sure we're sitting evenly first. Bring in that left knee. Take that knee over the right. Let's hug that knee. Take a twist. Left hand back. Turning your gaze behind you. Coming back to center. Draw that left knee back into you. Make a cradle with your hands. Take your hands under your foot or grab your yoga belt. And we're going to push and kick into our hands, sending that leg long. We want to keep our spine long, so we don't want to fold. We want to lengthen. And we can stay just where we are, or we can keep our right hand on our foot and open with our left arm, turning our gaze behind. Engaging our core muscles as well. Coming back to center, draw that knee in, place that foot on the inner leg or on top of the thigh if you want to challenge yourself further. Let's inhale, reach up, and exhale, fold to that right side, dropping down, using your breath. There's no hurry. We grab our belt if we need it, and we just listen to our body. Let's take 2 more breaths. We inhale, we roll it back up. We release. Let the legs come back together. Ready to squeeze in that right knee. Taking that knee over, or that leg over the left. We're hugging our right knee in. Right hand is behind. We're taking that twist. Turning your gaze behind you. Coming back to center. Squeeze that knee in once more. Make that cradle with the hands, or grab your belt. We're going to kick and push into that hand, sending that leg long. Spine is straight. Gazing to the toes. Maybe keeping hold with our left hand and opening our right, turning our gaze behind us. It's a twist this morning to awaken the spine. Coming back to center, let's squeeze that knee in. Send that foot to the inner leg or on top of the thigh. Let's inhale, reach. And exhale, lower. Take your time, use that exhalation to maybe go deeper. There's no ego, there's no competition, just you and your body. Last breath here. Inhale, coming back up. Releasing those arms, bringing the legs back together. Send the hands behind you, lean back on your hands. Squeeze the shoulders back. Maybe staying as you are, or maybe pushing up into an upward plank, pointing the toes, lifting the glutes from the mat, keeping those shoulders squeezed back, pushing the hips high. Exhale, lower. We're going to come back to a seated position. So if you need a block to sit on, do grab it. We're going to be crossing the legs and coming to a little bit of pranayama work before we finish. So just let your eyes close. Make sure you're comfortable and the spine is long. Palms facing up, maybe the hands coming to chin mudra, first finger and thumb touching. Relax the shoulders and the jaw. And as you inhale and exhale, just be aware of the breath coming in through just the left nostril. As you exhale, the breath releases out of the right nostril. You're inhaling through the right. You're exhaling left. Inhale left. Exhale right. And once more, inhale right. And exhale left. Just letting the breath return to normal. Absorbing your practice. Maybe using this time to recite your affirmation. Knowing just how amazing you are. When you feel ready, bring your hands to your heart. Now let's bow to Namaste. Namaste. Thank you so much.